Hello and welcome to the AltarProject. Today we'll be traveling to the mystical country of India to witness yet another grand architectural ensemble, this one named Rani Ki Vav, the Queen's Stepwell. We will be building our version of the Rani Ki Vav deep within the depths of our jungle island. The plan for the future is to fill the land with a bunch of exotic jungle floras and faunas, as well as many structures that hint at an ancient civilization that once reigned over this menacing island. For today though, we'll stick solely to this site, which would function as a good introduction to our jungle project. My favorite characteristic of Rani Ki Vav is probably its intricate design and architecture. The detail compressed into this one space is simply mesmerizing and is something I definitely would love to imitate in my version of the Rani Ki Vav as well. So without further ado, let's go. So the Rani Ki Vav itself is about 210 feet, 64 in meters. Seeing how a football field is 360 feet, some people, including myself, may be surprised by its size. I had in mind a whole metropolis filled with beautiful sculptures and patterns. Therefore, I wanted my version of the Rani Ki Vav to feel huge, a place where people can get lost in. If one block is about a meter long, the halls in this T-shaped depression stretches over 320 meters. It is also very difficult to depict the intricate details using a cubic meter clump of quartz. Therefore, by dilating the size of the whole structure, we could push in the details. Structurally, Rani Ki Vav is divided into many levels. The designs on each level seem mostly repetitive. So once I laid out the design of each level on this corner, I used the copy and paste tool on World Edit to copy and paste the designs horizontally. Now the designs are of course inspired by those from the Rani Ki Vav. However, the order in which they are displayed or the sculptures being depicted aren't at all the same. I did try my best to build my own sculptures as well as recreate the blocky triangle motif that is featured countless of times in the Rani Ki Vav. I tried my best to not leave any blank spaces and to just pack the walls with something. And for now that is pretty much it. I then spent about an hour copy and pasting the designs all over the walls of the T-shaped ravine. However, before we get into the last half of this video, let's talk a little bit more about this gorgeous World Heritage Site. Rani Ki Vav is something that is called a stepwell temple, which many people may hear and be like, what the hell is that? Stepwells were basically water storage systems made on the Indian subcontinent as early as the 3rd millennium BC. In other words, it's a big tank for water. What was a pit of sandy soil then became a memorial for Chalukya dynasty's king in the 11th century AD. It was designed as an inverted temple in the Marugujara architectural style. Basically, what was usually supposed to be built upwards was actually built downwards into the ground. Additionally, the temple highlights the sanctity of water. Over 500 principal sculptures and over 1,000 minor sculptures fill the stepwell temple. They often depict religious images usually derived from works of literature. At the bottom of the very west end of the stepwell is the main well that goes another 30 meters into the ground. Rani Ki Vav is located on the banks of the Saraswati River. Thus, as years passed, layers of silt flooded the stepwell, causing the temple to be buried underground. It wasn't until 1940 that excavations discovered this hidden mystical water temple. In 1986, major restorations was conducted by the Archaeological Survey of India, and in 2014 was inscribed as a World Heritage Site. And that's where we will end today's World Heritage Site journey. It is time to incorporate these bridge-like structures into our build as well. I thought of excluding them in the beginning, but that left the halls to be a little too vacant, so the decision was made to keep them. After building, copying, and pasting the bridges, it was time to get into the final steps of our build, which was to decorate the ends of each of the halls. Starting with the center, I pulled many familiar motifs from the walls to design the temple structure. And finally, there is the opening leading to the ocean. As the Rani was a temple deeply correlated with water, I did design this end so that the ocean water can flood in and be filtered into drinking water. There is an ancient filtration mechanism to this temple that can magically convert ocean water into clean drinking water. The technology of the ancient civilization was lost in time, unfortunately. I thought of building a canal in the center, however I did like the Maze Runner feeling to it, so I think I'll keep this for now and change it if I no longer like it in the future. So that's pretty much it. Without further ado, let's move on to the cinematic. So that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed today's video, guys. Next week, we will, for the first time in a while, be traveling back to Hana to give that city a fine Egyptian-style port. So do look forward to that. So that's pretty much it for today, guys. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Alvida!